Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Dracula, Dead and Loving It. And this movie came out in 1995, and it's directed by Mel Brooks, and he also stars in the movie. And Leslie Nielsen, he's also in this movie, and I enjoyed this movie overall. I thought it was very funny. I really enjoyed the comedy, and my favorite parts of the movie was when it was Dracula on screen or Mel Brooks when he was on screen. When it was either of those two on screen, that's when the movie really worked for me, and that's when the comedy was at its best for me. And I love this whole parody of Dracula, and it's really fun to watch. And it did kind of remind me a little bit of Nosferatu, and I don't know how Nosferatu and Dracula how connected they are to each other, because I don't really remember too much of the 1931 Dracula. I think that's the correct year. I saw that movie a while ago, and I also saw, I think, in the same month, Nosferatu the Vampire from 1979, I believe, and Nosferatu the Vampire I remember a lot better than Dracula, because I just connected to it a lot better. I did notice some similarities, and I did see where certain things were going, and overall I liked the second half better than the first half. The first half, while entertaining, it just doesn't work as much for me, because there's quite a bit of time dedicated to focusing on Renfield, that character, and whenever he's on screen, the movie doesn't really work for me, because I just find his character to be kind of annoying. And the reason his character is so annoying to me is because it's just the same thing in every scene, and he's just there to serve his master, and he's brainwashed, and he's an idiot, and they just keep recycling this over and over and over, and I'm like, get on with it. And eventually it does. Despite this movie only being an hour and a half, I did feel as though it did drag on in a few scenes, and it was mostly just Renfield who I could do without. And I did like Leslie Nielsen in the movie a lot. I thought he was awesome and really entertaining, and the effects in the movie, you do see them, and it doesn't really hold up too well anymore, which while watching the movie, it kind of just looks funny bad. Not all of the effects look like the worst thing in the world. It's just there are some things that just look distracting, and I just can't get into it. And overall, this movie's biggest issues for me is just Renfield and the pacing, really. There's just some things I could do without, and some things were stretched out a bit too much for my liking. And the second half is much better than the first half. I don't think the first half is nearly as good as the second half. First half is kind of weak. Second half is pretty good. Mix them together, you get a watchable movie. and I really don't have too much else to say about this movie. Apparently this movie has really low ratings for some reason. And I just watched the movie, and I'm like, it was decent, it was watchable. It's not something I'm gonna rush back to see again anytime soon. But I didn't think it was a painful experience at all. I get what it was trying to go for, and I enjoyed what we got by the end of the film. And I liked the comedy in the film, and it was fun, and there was some good performances in it, and overall I do think there are more positives in this movie than negatives, even if the negatives really drag the movie down. But I think the positives also bring the movie up at the same time. So I would recommend checking this movie out at least once. I think you'll enjoy it, as a whole. I don't know if you'll enjoy every single scene in it, but I had fun while watching it, is what I'll say about it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Dracula, Dead and Loving It a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Dracula, dead and loving it, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Breaking Bad Season 1. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.